Hello everybody, welcome back to Yakko Capital. We're going to be looking at BSV USD today, BSV BTC and BTC USD as well. BTC is leading the market and we're talking about price here, not talking about any fundamentals when it comes to BTC, right? It's just what the market wants. So I decided we usually start on the monthly and then we go in, but today I decided to start with the 4 hour, and I did that just so I can show you that these trend lines here that I've drawn, they're right now after that great fall from 490, we've come down, we've formed a channel down here. Now these little wicks up here is okay. We have to go with the latest one, right? Because that's where the price stopped. So that's why you can see these is popping up. Same with down here. There was lower lows, but then it made higher lows. So we have to go with the recent information. So we're just in this window right now. And this is what it is. This is what we see. This is what we have. We're in this range. But I do have some good news on the monthly. If we go to the monthly right now, after we came down from April, May, we've been in this rut in this channel for 5 months, going in on 5 months, okay? And these are wicks down here that came in. It was just crappy down here, but now this month we have an engulfing candle, right? We had a upward candle here and then engulfing down, and now we have an engulfing up if it closes above the previous open. So that's the good news for the monthly, right? And then we can start going up from there and see how it goes. If we remain in this channel, I don't know for how long, but we've already done 5 months so far. Coming down into the weekly, this is the channel that we're still in. We're above the 130 EMA. So that's good news. We can't stay down here much long, right? Like down in these 115, 120s. It just doesn't work. And you can see the closes on here in July is much lower than the ones in September, right? For the weekly. So that's good news. We didn't make a new high compared to September and end of August, but we're coming up. So even if we do drop here, we're good. We're going to turn back up and just go sideways. So if you want to trade and make some money within these areas, go ahead. I'm not picking a direction. Anytime you invest in an asset, the point of an asset, it means it's an appreciating value, right? It appreciates in value over time. The only thing we can do is plan accordingly between our support and resistance. And what I mean by that is have a plan for if it goes above, have a plan if it goes back down. Okay? That's why I never put 100% of my money into the market right away. Okay? Unless it was down here, I did. And if you run out of money when you're up here and it comes back down, then you can put some more in, right? Anytime you invest in an asset, it's an appreciating value. That means it's always going to go up over the long term. That's the point of an asset, right? It generates value. For anybody to be bearish or bullish, make sure there's a time frame, because the time frame will prove you either right or wrong. If I come out here and I say, oh, I'm bullish on BSV, someone says, no, you're an idiot, it's not going to go anywhere. Well, what's the time frame, right? If it's an asset, it's eventually going to go up. So that's what it is with these arguments and these debates with all investments, even stocks or whatever. So basically, if you know it's going to go up over the long term, then your job is cut out for you, because now all you have to do is plan what you're going to do in each scenario in a time frame. So we're right here right now, we're hanging out. And what's the game plan? Right now the game plan is to plan for if it touches down here or if it crosses this, goes up, comes back down, buying here. Okay? But there's nothing going on here. Like, I'll never buy a breakout. Breakouts, I think, to me, are stupid, in my opinion, because I'm not good at them. I'm just not good at them. I'm not that guy, pal. I'm not that guy. All right? It's just, there's too many fake outs. Like, here's a fake out of a breakout. Okay? I would have got screwed. This drop is 30%. This drop, if I had breaking out here with the top of this wick and hitting 40%, no thank you. Okay? I'll sacrifice that opportunity for a possible breakout for getting in at the bottom. Okay? Like, why wouldn't I get down here? Instead, get up here for a breakout. Like, what kind of mentality is it to have a breakout purchasing mentality? Or it doesn't make sense, okay? And there's way more fake outs and breakouts than there are in buying the bottoms. Look at these areas here you could have bought. Okay? Way better than here and then it drops. Okay, or you buy in here and then you only make that amount. You only make this amount, or you could have made this whole amount if you bought at the bottom. This amount here. We're looking at daily now, and we can look at the MACD. It's not much to go off of, except that if we look at the history, we had a bounce here, a bottom, but the MACD has a divergence here with these two bottoms down here. And then there's another divergence now with this and this. Okay, they're going the opposite way. So that shows there's more pressure at the top to go bearish. But the good news is that we are above the slope is pointing upwards. So the slope is above 0, which means we are in a positive trending slope with the EMA 130. Okay, so this is the slope of the EMA 130 of this. And I always mention in my videos that the EMA right here, the moving average, it looks like it's flat, but it's not. If I put my crosshair right there, you see how it goes upwards. So it is a positive turn for us, and it's using it as a support. Okay, before when it came up, it bounced right off it, broke through, didn't even hang out there for a day, and it dropped. Okay, and it stayed under, and now it's holding above. So this is really good news, okay? Because it's been under it for, let's see, let's put it all here, 140 days. Okay? And so that's very important that we've gone across that line on the daily too. That's a big thing. Same with the weekly. We were under it, it got up a bounce, and now we're trying to hold above. Okay, we came up for 2 weeks, dropped, hung in there for 6-7 weeks, went up for 3-5 weeks, and then we dropped under it too. So the weeks under the EMA is getting lower and lower. That's good for us, and hopefully this hangs out up here and it goes up. If it doesn't hang out here and it drops, you better believe it. You better believe it. I'm going to grab some up here. Okay? But if it does drop here, be ready, because BSV BTC is taking a beating. Okay? Oh my goodness. This thing is just taking a beating. And if you're on TDXP, I'm with you. Okay? They're the only ones that are doing like CFDs. And I've looked everywhere. I've looked on Kraken. I've looked on Binance, KuCoin, BitTrue, Bittrex, Poloniex, Prime, XLT, just a bunch of places. They don't have CFDs for any pairs with Bitcoin. It's just so low. Like, the fraction, getting in here is much better than getting up here, because watch, if you were to get up here and down here, the last time where I got in there too, right? And you hang out here, that's 375, right? If we go to, let's say we go to 0.02. So BSV is worth 2% of what BTC is, which is crazy. And then you get down here. The difference you can see is almost 100%. More than 100%. And the higher you go, the more that gap changes. Okay, so this is 15. You're looking at 18. The higher you go, the higher the gap. So the lower this goes, is better to buy. Okay, anyways. Back to talking about CFDs and BSV, BTC, and XRP, or whatever else coin like TRX and all that against BTC. That's why I have them down here, is because they're so low. You can make a lot of return on them, and we're just trying to make some money. It's not even about investing in the technology, because you're trading the pair. It's a CFD. So if you do come to, for example, like all these exchanges, they're crap, and they take so much for commission and fees and withdrawals. So for example, Prime XBT, when you log in, they have funding with BTC, Ethereum, and USDT or some stuff like that, right? And they're all expensive. Like to move USDT is like $2 or $8 for withdrawing from Kraken or whatever you're using. Anyways, you want to trade XRP BTC, and I did a purchase, and their percentage is something ridiculous. It's 0.02 or 0.04 every 4 hours. Same with Kraken. Like, it's a ridiculous number. TDXB is probably the best for CFDs. So the only option right now is trading BSV BTC to increase your BSV holdings and put some transactions on the blockchain. Looking at the Fibonacci over here, we can see that if we're planning to go more further down, then it has to get on this side and keep bouncing downwards, right? Honestly, I'm not doing anything right now right here. I'm waiting for it to either hit down here, as I mentioned in my last previous video. Either it hits down here, so I buy, or it breaks out on the reverse, I buy over here, so then it can go back up. That's what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything here. I'm just waiting, seeing what happens. That's all it is. Okay. BSV BTC, I'm going to get in probably today or tomorrow. The lower, the better. And I'm looking at to get into 26.0026. Okay. This is gone for 2% higher, but if we go lower, you're looking at about 5% discount. So if it goes lower, I'll do it. BTC has no stop in its way. It is doing a bounce. So it's going to do a bounce off the top. It might even do a bounce off 53,000. So we have an option of it bouncing here and then going up and then bouncing again. Or it can do just some sideways here and then bounce up. So before we get to December or during December, or it can even bounce to this part here, right there, and then come back and go up, right? And even that'll take us to end of November. So BTC right now is going, the market's hot. Market's really hot, and everyone's just putting their money in, coming in. There's NFTs, all sorts of NFTs. I posted on Twitter today something about zed.run, which are horses. You can buy horses, and it's just hot. The market is just going crazy. Everything is basically up except BSV, which sucks. BSV BTC depends on BSV USD and BTC USD, right? So that's why we're looking at these, and it's difficult. It's tough. Everything's pumping except BSV, and we just need more people in it. If there's not enough people, we can't really get the price going. We'll see what happens with Craig Wright in the claiming case. How long it'll take, how long the trial will go for, see any price up there. If it takes longer than this bull run, then BSV is not going anywhere. It's going to hang out right here, just bounce around. And I don't even know if the court will change the price, because it seems that no one gives a shit about the truth. Everyone's just trying to pump their bags, pump their money, buy houses, buy cars, coke and hookers, just a bunch of stuff. So it's interesting to see where it's going to play out. And it sucks that the people that are seeking the truth and looking for the truth are the ones that are paying the biggest price, as usual. But also, as usual, the truth does stink, and the truth will come out. And if we keep building on BSV, keep using it, it will eventually go up, and it'll be the best blockchain there ever was and ever will be. Currently, BSV USD is at 172, 171, and recently our latest all-time high was at 490. But we know in the long term, it's going to mimic similar to what BTC USD was, because the way that this chart looks, parabolic, we'll eventually get that too. So it's just a matter of time, and we're nowhere near what the potential is. Like, even if BSV USD hits 10,000 in, let's say, 2 years, okay? 10,000 in 2 years. Okay, 99. 99, baby. 99, baby. So you're looking at about 56x. It's just a matter of time. That's what we're looking at now. If everyone wasn't against BSV and we were getting as much attention as other chains are getting, we'd probably be up here somewhere. 1,200, 1,500. But the politics and the public relations suck against other communities, because we're always telling them how shit they are and how great we are. And even though it's the truth, people don't want to hear that. People don't want to be told how crappy their stuff is. They want to be told how amazing it is, and that we can collaborate and work together. But that's not what stance we took, and the people that are running BSV, they're pushing a different narrative. So it's just a battle. It's a harder battle, but eventually we'll get there. So I know there's a lot of NFTs right now, and I'm looking to purchase some NFTs too. It's just I'm not a big fan of purchasing images. I don't know why. Images are just stand still, and there's not much use for them besides nothing, looking at them. I'm not a big fan of that. And I'm not going to get into the hype of selling photos. I don't know. I'm just not into it. It just doesn't stimulate my mind, right? So speaking about NFTs, I know that there's a lot of NFTs coming out in this realm, and I like Duro Dogs. I've always liked it. It's just I'm waiting. I've subscribed. I'm just waiting for them to see when they come out. And what I enjoy is that it's not just an image. It's that your NFT can learn new tricks, dig for rewards, and unlock rare items. Simple, a little boring, in my opinion. But if the dogs could fight each other, race against each other, be trained to go through puzzles and whatnot, like if you control the dog and you can run through, like just like GTA or Minecraft, you build your dog character and you're the dog in the game and you run around, finish races, puzzles, whatever it is, right? That's good. One thing I want to do show similar to Duro Dogs is the Zed, the horses. And I posted this on Twitter. And with these horses, you can race them, right? So you can improve them and make them do all sorts of stuff. You can check it out at zed.run. And there's a marketplace for them too, so you can buy horses, breed them, race them. Okay, so these guys are selling for 147, 225, whatever, some cheaper ones. It's built on Polygon. I'm not saying Polygon's better or anything. Obviously, I'm a BSV guy. It's just an idea of what we can do. You know, take what they're building, learn off it because there's so many of them, and then copy it on BSV and then show them how it's way better on BSV. And then hopefully it'll help with the price. But the price, I don't see it going crazy anytime soon. Stay in, keep your composure, think of the long term. That's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. Like and subscribe. Comment if you have any questions or comments. And let me know what you guys want to see as well. See you guys on Twitter and on YouTube. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.